What is up, everybody? My name is Griffin and welcome back to a brand new episode of Redstone Craft. Today, ladies and gentlemen, there's a few differences. First of all, this guy's here. You made your way through the portal, didn't you, mate? Okay, you can say that, whatever. You might see that there's a few differences here in this island. First of all, there's these outlines. These are the outlines for the 3 hills I want on this island. That's still there. And back here, you can see there's little plants and grass, etc. What I did is I just grew grass around, so yeah, and I double grew some, and I made these rocks, just decoration, small decorations. Honestly, I was testing about the decorations that we could get done. So yeah, today's main objective is actually to go and build our Nether Hub. And in order to do that, I have gathered a few resources. So these are just miscellaneous, a lot of strip birch. We're probably actually going to need more than this. And pretty good amount of packed ice and some crying obsidian. Now, the best way I found to get crying obsidian is by bartering with piglins. So just get like 2 or 3 piglins and throw gold at them. It is gonna get expensive, but I'm pretty sure your alternative is looting chests until you find some. So I believe this is slightly better of an idea. So we're gonna go through into the Nether and get this party started. Okay guys, so there's been a slight mishap. The replay mod didn't function for some reason. It's not opening the recordings, not letting me actually edit them, so I'm sort of stuck here. I am going to try getting it done and dusted and working properly for next episode, because next episode we're going to be building tunnels, and I could really use the replay mod to make that time-lapse look good. Because this one, I'm just going to skip over the time-lapse. I'm sorry, I know it sucks, it was the main focus of the video, but instead, I'm going to show you around the creative world. And I am also going to be, once we're done here, you're going to see it in the actual survival world. But you can see that the Nether Hub's pretty simple. It's 18 blocks from the middle, that block right there. It's 18 on all the sides, and it's basically based around this. So you have your middle portal, which will lead us to our new base, and then you have these 4 pillars all around them, each of them with a diagonal to a corner, and they're containing these red hyphae blocks. I need to learn how to say that. But yeah, they're containing this, and they just look really cool. The crying obsidian, I don't know, I think this looks amazing. Yeah, packed ice around it. I don't know why the packed ice. I was looking for colors, and I didn't want to do wood again. I also didn't want to use a gray color because it was going to look bad, but I also didn't want to use a terracotta because they're pretty lively. So I just decided to go with packed ice, and honestly, I don't regret it. It looks really good. So yeah, and then of course we have the 4 entryways. Now this hub is going to be divided into 4 highways of sorts, or like metro lines, whichever one you want to talk about, and they're each going to go out in one cardinal direction, and they're going to have the portals that are further out in that cardinal direction. So yeah, and that's actually something else we're going to be doing later on in the video, but no spoilers. But yeah, this is it. You can see that the entrance are basically an arch of crying obsidian with hyphae in the middle. I actually really like this design. Bunch of black stone in use here. It just looks so good. And you can also see that there are carpets signalizing each of the lines. Now these are switched around in the survival world, so don't worry. This is just testing. I know that it's not the same in survival. It's not meant to be here. They're sort of random. And yeah, each of them will then lead to a tunnel. So the tunnels look like this. They are basically boat highways with packed ice and hopefully someday blue ice. You can see I've been testing this. And currently this is like the first start of the road. So what we have here is actually the road going from big to smaller to smallest, and this is the size it's going to keep at throughout the entirety of the track. And the reason I decided to make it this small is because, although, don't get me wrong, this looks great, it's not feasible for me to actually gather this much terracotta to make this room, or mine this much into the nether, considering that these tunnels are going to need to be like hundreds, if not actual thousands of blocks of like length. So it wouldn't be feasible for me to do that. And it's not really necessary. All I really need is the ice boat, because the ground never changes, it's always the same distance. And The good thing about this is if I ever actually want to transport something that isn't transportable by boat or attacks me when it's on a boat with me, what I can do is I can actually replace this with mine carts, because you can place mine carts on top of here and just let it all go through. But yeah, it's also completely spawn proof, because unlike the hub that is in a very specific biome, these tunnels are going to go through every biome. So they're slabbed and they have buttons and trapdoors to make sure nothing spawns there at all. Yeah, also pretty lit up with these shroom lights. Making use of the shroom lights and these warp trapdoors that look amazing, by the way. I absolutely love this look. Yeah. I think that's about it. You have a little bit of a boat distributor here. And yeah, that's it for the hub. Now, these tunnels here actually have a bit of science behind them. You see, I wanted to put an ice and stairs on the side, but thing is, if I try walking with these stairs, it's not going to work. Yet, if I try walking with these stairs, you can see I speed it up significantly, as long as I don't touch the others. So that's why the stairs are like this and not like this. And there's also something else. Since we're going so fast and we're basically going to be going up against the wall at all times, I had to figure out a way of curving to both sides, not just to a single side, attention. Because, for example, not all roads are just going to lead to the right, they're also going to lead to the left. So I have to make sure it works both directions. So the way I did it, or the way I am going to do it, because I haven't actually built any of these tunnels in survival yet, is using red glass panes instead of black. So imagine you're on your merry way using the sign, then you start seeing red. Wait, I don't want to turn. And you see how I got clipped there? Now you're going to have more thinking time, because I'm going to make this further apart. But basically the idea is, if you're going up against this wall and you see the red and you don't want to curve, what you do is you go up against the other wall. And if you do want to curve and you start seeing the red, all you have to do is keep the path on track and you will curve. Now, I don't know how to control boats that well, but I will learn. But yeah, that's how I'm solving the curve problems. I'm thinking of doing like 20, maybe 50 blocks, because you're going to be going pretty fast. Maybe even putting banners or something. I don't know. It's gonna look really cool. Nevertheless, I am excited about it. And yeah, now I'm gonna let you back to Past Grandman, who is going to show you this in survival. So let's get back to it. Okay guys, so we're back. We finished building our amazing Nether Hub, which by the way just looks perfect. It has a few particles from the biome, but that's fine. It's not too bad. I was expecting it to look worse in the Nether, but thankfully it doesn't. I also encased it with cobblestone, which you might have noticed from the second part of that time-lapse, because I was getting sort of annoyed at gas. I don't know if you saw it, but I died. A lot. Anyway, and at some point I was just paranoid every time I heard a ghast. I was twitching. So, cobblestone around it sounded like a good idea, worked out well. This looks amazing. There's a little chest monster here, but we're going to ignore that. And I have actually spent the last 2 hours going through my old videos trying to find the coordinates for everything that I didn't know the coordinates of. And I have near coordinates in the overworld to every single one of the things that we need to find in link to the Nether. Since we're out here, I know I still have obsidian in one of these. 50 obsidian, and where is my flint and steel? Here you go. Okay, you're going back into the shulker, and you two also belong into the shulker, so back with you. I think all of these are just random, and there's actually a few empty ones. I also severely underestimated how much wood we needed. I needed to stop. That's why there was a cut in the time lapse, because I legit needed to stop and just go get more birch. But yeah. Now, what we're doing right now is we're going to fly to each of these locations in the overworld, which might actually take more than I hope it would, but we're going to take a bunch of rockets, and I'm actually going to take an ender chest with me just in case. And we're going to fly. Now, in where we are right now here in the overworld is minus, I know you guys can't see it, but it's minus 6,100, minus 4,200. And all of the coordinates are pretty far from here. I think the closest one is the squid farm. Actually, no, the drown farm's probably going to be closer. Yeah. So those are the two first stops we have to do. So drowned and squid, and then yeah, let's fly to whatever. Squid farm, minus 2,127, minus 1,931. So that's significantly that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself my carrots. Hello, mushrooms. You still look bugged, but technically I haven't updated my texture pack. So I'm going to fly out this way. We're going to try hitting the X first and then the Z. And yeah, we're going to go link every nether portal in our survival world. And some of these were a pain to get. Like, some I sort of knew the codes by head. Others, like, and some I can check because, like, I know I have screenshots of it. But for the Phantom Farm in specific, I didn't know where I built it. I can't use any finder to find the goddamn thing because it's not built around anything. So I actually had to scour through old footage that I didn't even show you guys. Just because I needed to find it. But thankfully I did. We found coordinates for everything except our stronghold, but that's also fine because I can just locate a stronghold nearer to us. It's probably for the better as well. And if it's the same we already been to, then great. If not, then great as well. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're gonna go into this, and we have about half a dozen portals to sync. And ooh, okay. You look nice. Let's not crash, but you do look quite nice. I might come and destroy you later. Let me screenshot these coordinates, because yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start saving a file with like the coordinates for everything. Just in case, because for example, usually I just took the nether, but I can't take the nether when the nether was reset. So I'm just gonna save a file with the overall coordinates of everything, so I don't have to do this again, because newer footage is not gonna be showing coordinates due to the positioning of the webcam, since we sort of switched the positioning to match this one on stream. But yeah. Anyway, that is just side talk. I'm gonna keep flying, and I will see you once I reach the portals. Portal number 1. Portal number 2. Portal number 3 is now done. Okay, so I just want to include this here. As I'm flying into the Ocean District, first, the Guardians are still spawning. Hello, little guys. Secondly, I actually shouldn't be up here. That affects the farm. Can we appreciate how beautiful this build is? Like, legitimately, how absolutely amazing this build turned out. Anyway, back to the point. Nether portal. As another side note, I need to come and fix this iron farm because iron golems are getting stuck there and are teleporting up there and down here, and it's a mess. It needs to get fixed. So that's something else to add to the to-do list. Thankfully, the zombies are still there. Anyway, there you go. Into the portal. Onto the slime farm. I actually have... Wow. This view never gets old. This is one hell of a perimeter. And funny thing is, we're gonna do this a couple more times throughout the series. Anyway, you might have noticed we are at our witch farm. Now, I don't actually... Did I install a door? I did install a door. I think of everything. This is incredible. Let's go all the way down here. That torch spam. Yeah, we're stuck in Elytra mode, thank you. See how we're doing. Yeah, why is that? I feel like that's not supposed to do that. We actually got a pretty good amount of redstone there, but that's also for another time. So finally, I basically crossed my entire map as far as I've actually explored it. Didn't actually waste too many rockets, surprisingly. About a stack of them. Anyway, hey guys, so this is our final portal. We have crossed the entirety of the world, and we are now at the flower farm. You should link directly to the flower farm, I hope. Yes, and are you gonna link back correctly now? Please do. You are a big portal. Yes, it does. Hallelujah! So with that, we have actually finished linking the portals. And sadly though, that is all I've got time for today. I am actually not going to fly back to the place, but I should explain why we're doing this. What we're doing is making sure the portals are in the right spot, so when we start building the Nether Hub, we can access all of them pretty easily. So with this done, I'm actually going to go off camera, I'm going to do some math and see in which line each of these portals are going. It's very likely that they're all going to be in the line close that leads us to spawn, which is probably going to be one of east-west. But hopefully not all of them will be in the same lines, and for sure future projects are going to branch off in the other ones. But yeah, sadly though, that is all I've got time for today, folks. This episode actually took forever to record because I had to go figure out the coordinates. Yeah. But anyway, that is all I've got time for today, folks. I'm out. Peace.